Welcome back to Math is Easy Step by Step. So here we're continuing part 15 of finding zeros of a function by using factoring. I've showed you one way to find the answers by substituting A, B, C, or D options into the expression or equation. Now I'm showing you a for sure different way to find those answers. So we're continuing on factoring special products, and I left you in part 14 with this particular answer. Now let's check this answer. And in order to check the answers, you want to use what is called FOIL. Essentially, you're going to save your last step for the 4 on the outside. You're just going to keep bringing it with you, and the last step is for you to multiply this 4 times everything inside the parentheses. But first we're going to do is we're going to perform FOIL, first, outer, inner, last, with these two particular parenthesis terms. So x times x, then x times a negative 2y. Then I'm going to take this 2y and distribute it with each of the terms here to the right. So 2y times 1x, 2y times a negative 2y. And so that's what I'm showing you here. And I'm breaking this down in expanded form. I left these terms out here. I had to fix that a little bit. So I'm showing you, right? Again, 4 remains on the outside. Here I'm trying to show you how x times x is 1x to the first power times 1x to the first power, right? Plus, I put a plus sign between each of my terms when I'm multiplying using FOIL. It doesn't change a thing, it just clarifies. So I've multiplied my x times the x here. I'm showing you x times a negative 2y is a negative 2y times the 1x. Plus, I'm going to take this 2y and multiply times that x. And I'm showing here 2y times the 1x plus, finally, I multiply those last terms, 2y times a negative 2y, and I'm showing you that here. This is a 2y times a negative 2y. Each has that invisible 1 exponential power, right? And the rule is when you multiply same base with exponents, you add the exponent. So that's a plus sign, 1 plus 1. Let's continue on. We're checking our answer to make sure these answers are correct. And right now I'm not showing you how to find the answers. I will do that later in answering the problems I introduced in video 1 on how to find zeros of a function or a expression. Right now I'm showing you how to factor in the different type of factoring you may see. So again, I'm going to bring that 4 down here. 1 times 1 is 1x. Add those exponents, you get x to the second power. Plus, plus, I just bring down that plus sign. What's a negative 2 times 1? That's a negative 2. Writing in algebraic order, x always goes before y. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2x. Y, these guys are attached through multiplication, right? Anytime you have a letter next to a letter means multiply, or a coefficient. Negative 2 times x times y. That's what all this means. Plus sign, I just bring that plus sign down. Again, 2 times 1 is 2. We keep that x and y together through multiplications. So algebraic order is alphabetical order, x before the y. Plus, plus, 2 times a negative 2 is negative 4. Y times y, we add those exponents, we get y to the second power. Now, there's 2 more steps to check the answers. We're trying to come up with the equation we started with at the very beginning in order to check your answers. But here, 2 more steps. You want to combine like terms, and then we'll distribute that 4. Let's go ahead and take a look. What's a negative 2xy plus a positive 2xy? Well, that's a 0xy. So you have no xy's here in the middle. Now the last step in order to check this answer. Again, we're trying to make sure that if we factored correctly, we'll end up, while we check our answer using FOIL, we'll end up with the exact same problem we started with if we factored correctly. So here I've got x squared plus a negative 4y squared inside the parentheses. I'm using brackets instead of normal parentheses that you would see. It all means the exact same thing. So now I'm going to distribute the 4 times 1x squared and then plus the 4 times a negative 4y squared. And again, the goal is to come up with the same exact answer, right? I'm going to distribute. Just means multiply 4 times both of those terms. 4 times each of the terms. And I'm showing you here 4 times 1x squared plus 4 times a negative 4y squared, 4 times a negative 4y squared here. So 4 times 1 is 4, and then we have that x squared attached, plus 4 times a negative 4 is negative 16. We have that y squared attached. Now, I can bring that plus sign down here, and I can add that plus sign between two terms. It's not going to change a single thing. Did I end up with that same problem I started with, 4x squared plus a negative 16y squared? Yes, I did. So this answer absolutely checks, and I factored correctly. Let me go back and show you the correct factoring for this problem. The correct factoring for this type of problem is 4 times the quantity x plus 2y times the quantity of y minus 2y. This would be the correct factor from that original problem that we started with. 4x squared minus 16y, as you see here. Hey, hopefully this has made things a little bit easier for you. Math is easy. Take it step by step. If I have helped you, please help me in donating any stars or gifts. Thank you so much for joining me.